Hey, Terry here with Ultimate Outdoors Radio, and I'm actually in the boat with Hall of Fame angler Mark Martin, and we're going to give you some gear tips on why and how Mark catches fish. He's got some tackle here that most of you folks have probably not seen. So, Mark, let's expose the old cone here. What do you got?
Well, this is a TX007. That's the original. They haven't been out for very long. They catch fish. They're right behind, the boat at all time. There's stern planer. They go behind in the prop wash all the time so that people can. Oops, here. I don't know if
Yeah, we don't want to run into the break wall.
Yeah, we don't want to run into the break wall here.
Well, Mark explained. So you put out your boards. The advantage of this is you really can eliminate a set of trolling boards. You run these straight behind the boat.
Yeah, you run these straight behind the boat. All you're doing is watching your rod tips once they're out. And then we just came up with the TX005, the littler one right there. So, some people were wanting the smaller one, so we came out with a smaller one. And what you're doing is the fish come right around the boat, go right through the side planers, and if you don't catch them on your side planers, by the time they get to they want to get back to where they were before you split them up by going over them. They come in, they start feeding in the prop wash. So that's why this is important. The last 2 days that we've been out here, these have caught more than the side planers have, and caught the biggest fish too during the time. So what you're doing is just putting the same amount of line you would for your side planers behind your side planers, inline boards, and you're putting it on the stern planers and putting them out 150 to 250 feet behind the boat.
So quickly show me, Mark, here. I'm going to grab that big one. Show us how you attach that.
This right here, you got the clip. This goes towards the rod right here because it's going to be hydrodynamic. And then you put the line in the clip right there. You drop the little clip over the back of the onto the line so that it travels through the water just like this. And you're not watching for the boat or this thing to go down. You're watching your rod tip because you have these two little swivels on here. You can see the crankbait wobbling on your rod tip. If the rod tip quits, there's probably a weed on it or a small fish. The same thing with the spinner. You can see the spinner rotating. So it's different than an inline board where you can't see the action of the lure or anything like that. But with these, you can see the action of what's going on. And when you get a fish on, just like long line, and you watch the rod tip, wham, it goes down. You start reeling.
And you're running them 200 to 300 feet back.
Yep. And it's all speed dependent. The faster you're going, the further it's back because it takes that much longer for the fish to go around the boat and regroup behind. The other nice thing is if you do miss a fish on your side planers, because we're using the stern planer, you can actually steer it over into the vicinity, the one on the side you missed the fish on the side planer, and put it in right behind where you missed that fish and have a possibility of picking it up.
And so the distance, if you're running two, what's your distance between the two that you like, the two bottles you like to run?
If you're using two of them straight behind the boat, 50 feet. You want one 50 feet out further than the other one so that if they come across each other, you don't have to worry about them ever tangling up.
So if you're running one back 200 feet straight behind the boat, the other one you run 250.
Right.
And folks, I'm going to testify, these are the gear. I just put them right up at the list with electronics. They are really slick. So we got some more gear tips coming up. Stay with us. Terry with Ultimate Outdoors Radio up here on the Bay. Green Bay.